The kids that know you when you're young, no one will ever know you like that again. Don't give up on that.
You gonna let us in?
I hope you're right about this not being a big deal.
They're teenagers. The last thing they're interested in is what their parents are doing.
It's time.
Where are they? Why is my mom's purse here?
This is some Narnia shit. What is happening?
Get away from her!
You don't have to hide who you really are.
Hey everybody, so they just dropped the Runaways trailer. Let's break it down. If you have no idea what's going on, Hulu is doing a Marvel TV series based on the Runaways comic. I'll explain where this is in the timeline, how this fits in with Infinity War and all the stuff that's happening in present day in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like around Spider-Man Homecoming because these kids are younger, and how all their powers work together because their powers come from very different sources, so it's actually really cool. And because it's on Hulu, they can have a little bit more fun with it than if it's on network. Slightly less censored, but you probably recognize some of the people in that trailer, like James Marsters from so many different Buffy and genre things. But it's basically a group of high school kids that finds out that their parents are supervillains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then obviously they say, screw that. So this is coming November 21st to Hulu. So I will be doing videos for the first episode and as many as you guys want. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. And what I think they're going to do with this is that instead of like Netflix and dropping all the episodes at once, I think they might be airing it one episode at a time. And I believe it's somewhere between 10 and 14 episodes. But the basic team is Alex, Nico, Carolina, Gert, Chase, and Molly. And then on the other side of that, the sort of evil team up that these parents are a part of is called the Pride. So the whole thing in this trailer is them just learning that for the first time. But they even teased the Velociraptor. That's right, there's a Velociraptor on this TV show. Their parents are a collection of mob bosses, time travelers, dark wizards, mad scientists, aliens, and telepathic mutants. So it's sort of a hodgepodge of a bunch of different types of powers and abilities. So you see how they can have a little bit more fun with this. It's not like all their powers come from the same place. But Alex here is just a child prodigy. He sort of leads the team with Nico. She's a witch. Carolina is an alien. Gert actually has a telepathic link to this dinosaur. You can think of it as a velociraptor. It's slightly different. It's not exactly like that, but that's probably what people will call it. Chase has these really futuristic gloves, and then Molly finds out that she has super strength. So like I said, it's a combination of tech, wizardry, mutants, people from the future, and aliens. So this is all coming in November. So just let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of this so far? Obviously, this is the first time that Hulu's done a Marvel TV series, and this is sort of a younger spin on that. So it's closer to being in Spider-Man Homecoming territory.
Do me a favor, though. Happy's kind of your point guy on this. Don't stress him out. Don't do anything stupid. I've seen his cardiogram. All right?
Yes.
Don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
What, does that mean that I'm an Avenger?
No.
Is it?
7th floor.
I can take that up. You don't have to take it.
You're gonna take it?
I can take that.
Thank you.
So when's our next retreat, you know? Like,
What, next mission?
yeah, the missions.
We'll call you.
Well, did you have my numbers?
No, I mean, we'll call you. Like, someone will call you.
Oh,
All right?
from your team.
Okay. That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you. We're not there yet.
These characters are all about the same age as Peter Parker, but obviously it's the same situation with the Netflix TV shows crossover with the movies. This Hulu thing probably exists by itself, so it'll be interesting to see how they reference what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like they refer to it as the incident, the big Chitauri invasion during Daredevil Season 1 and Season 2. So they can probably just have a little bit of fun with that. Like you would imagine that teenagers would probably talk more about all the cool stuff that's happening more than adults do. This is taking place in present day, so we're ramping up for Infinity War. That hasn't happened yet. The main point of crossover is Thor and Doctor Strange. There's mutant stuff that goes on in here, but they might change that to Inhumans for the TV show just because you can't do mutants in the Marvel Universe. It's a little bit weird with the rights issues. Once we get episodes, I'll point out the more specific Easter eggs, but it is pretty cool to know that there's this much connectedness with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're sticking relatively close to the comics, so if you want to read along, you can just pick up that first Runaways run. It's like literally Runaways #1. But their first big arc is called Teenage Wasteland. This is where they find out what their parents are doing. They hit the road, they actually go on the run legit, and their parents try to use some really nefarious means to try and track them down. So this is really a story about the kids versus their parents. So I know a lot of you have asked about Cloak and Dagger and New Warriors, the other series that they're developing. We don't know a whole lot about that. Those will debut next year sometime. But this is coming in November. This will be after The Punisher. I know that they kind of delayed that because of what happened recently, so I'm expecting Punisher footage to drop in the next couple of weeks too, but that will still probably end up dropping in November. There were theories that they might drop it early in October, but then the Las Vegas thing happened, and they just decided to postpone it because of the subject matter. It just felt inappropriate to be doing that at Comic-Con right now. But all in all, it seems really promising. They've already shown the first couple of episodes to critics, and my friends that got to see it said that it was really badass in a way that some of the other new Marvel TV shows didn't quite live up to expectations, if you know what I'm talking about. So if you're bummed out that a lot of Marvel TV has not been on the level recently, this seems like it'll deliver. But like I said, this is coming to Hulu November 21st. So if you don't have Hulu, this would be the reason to get that. But obviously they have a whole bunch of other stuff too. I feel like that was the reason everybody was really pissed off at Star Trek, because it's like, I already have Hulu and I already have Netflix. I don't want to pay for a third streaming service. So no worries about that for Runaways, but there'll probably be some more footage, more trailers before it gets here. So just let me know how you guys feel about this and if you want me to do videos for it. But what'll happen is there'll be a new Justice League trailer on Sunday. There's some new Flash that I'm going to post in a little while. So while you wait for that, you can click here for brand new Rick and Morty, and you can click here for brand new Flash. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.